Craig David.
All right. We've got another new beer release. Flipside. What's the story with this one? Because the can suggests something of the international relation.
Yeah, it's a little bit Australian.
It's a little bit.
It's a little bit upside down.
It is a little bit. We just filmed a video with with Will upside down.
Oh, we did. That was fun.
Yeah.
Fun note, I wasn't apparently meant to open the can upside down.
Oh, weren't you?
No, I was meant to open, so I was meant to be upside down and the can was meant to be open the right way up.
I thought it was better that way, though.
Yeah, I thought it was better. I thought that's exactly what we were going for.
I mean, that's why we put the label on it upside down, so the can looked like it was the right way up. But anyway, it turned out incredible, so, can't ask for more, can you?
No, you can't.
Anyway, so how'd this one come about?
So this beer is a collaboration with Penny Red Brewery near Adelaide in Australia. And it came about because Craig, the head brewer and owner of the business, popped into the taproom to say hello. So he used to live in the area around Horling in Kent, and he wanted to come and see our taproom. Got chatting to Sam behind the bar, and very quickly kind of built a relationship. And Sam said, "Do you fancy doing a collab?" And we went, "Yeah, that's a great idea." 6 days later, we were brewing.
We were. And he just came in and got absolutely trashed.
He did.
He did get pretty trashed.
He had a great day.
He did, yeah. So why are you guys not joining in? It's like, we're actually working.
Somebody has got to clean up and change the kettle elements.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good. So this is a 5.2% cold IPA. So everyone, I'm sure, has heard of an IPA. But for those that haven't heard of a cold IPA, what might be the difference? Pointing at Calvin as the expert, was passing the buck.
So a cold IPA is very much a beer that focuses on the hops. So the malt bill is quite simple. The fermentation is done cold, like a lager, so that you end up with quite a clean, crisp beer. And that allows the hops to be the star of the show. We use quite a neutral yeast so that doesn't take over too much. So it's all about making sure that the hops shine in this beer.
And you lager a cold IPA as well, right?
We lagered it just for a short period of time, just to help it become more crisp. So fermented cold, lagered a little bit, and we didn't want it to drop out too much because, as is typical with most IPAs these days, we wanted it to stay a little bit hazy. So if we'd lagered it for a long time, all of the proteins and the haze would have disappeared, and it wouldn't have quite as much body as it has now. So we wanted to leave a little bit of haze in there.
Also keeping the hops nice and fresh as well.
That's it.
We've got some interesting hops as well in this one.
I was just about to say that we've got Jester, which we all know, Chinook, but then this new hop which has been flying around quite a bit, Cryopop.
Oh yeah,
why is everyone crying about Cryopop?
That's the first time we've used Cryopop, and I think is it Yakima Chief exclusive Cryopop?
Yes, it is. It's Yakima Chief. It's a blend of hops, actually. So
That's it.
It's not just one hop. What they've done is they've created a blend. They've done it a couple of times recently, actually. There's another couple of even newer ones on the market. And nobody knows what's in it. You could kind of guess some of the hops in it from the taste of the beers that are made with them. But it's a blend of some of the most popular hops, I would guess, with a few interesting ones thrown in there, to develop kind of a really fruity grapefruit, candied peel character.
That's it. And the way it's kind of like advertised by Yakima Chief as well is they say to use it as more of a enhancer, not just like as a solo hop. So apparently if you add it with other hops that have more citrusy character, especially grapefruit, it's known to enhance the grapefruit. So if you pair it with something citrusy, it's meant to boost the other hop up, which is, I've never heard a hop do that before. But I mean, you can definitely taste it when it comes through this. First thing I tasted, like on Flipside was all grapefruit pith. So I'd say it's definitely working. It's definitely picking up some grapefruit character from the Jester and the Chinook.
Definitely. Candied peel is really on the forefront of this one. The Jester, an English hop from Charles Fram in Herefordshire, that brings quite a lot of fruitiness for an English hop from their hop breeding program in the last few years. Has been brilliant. And this one really does shine with fruitiness, a lot of citrus and a little bit of tropical. But the Chinook is the one where we get most of the citrus from there. Get citrus and pine character from that one. And that's where the cryo pop really comes into its own, helping highlight that hop.
Well, Flipside's, let's say, out now, because we'll release this when it comes out.
It will be.
In cans and the tap room. But Penny Red are also going to be doing something down under as well, right?
That's right. So the idea of the beer when we had a chat with Craig was that he would brew a version of it in Australia. We would brew a version of it here. We used English hops, and he's going to use some Australian hops in place of the Jester. So he's still going to use the cryo pop, still going to use the Chinook, but he's going to replace that with something from Australia just to make it more interesting from their side of the planet. One of the reasons mainly we did that is because we can't really swap the beer like we would do with a normal collaboration. It's very difficult for us to get beer to Craig in Australia because it's going to cost a hell of a lot of money. So that was the idea behind brewing the two different beers.
And he's going to use, where we've used some English hops like Jester, I think the idea is that he's going to use some more Australian hops. So the beers kind of showcase the country that they're brewed in.
That's it. You got it. And English, we use English barley. He's going to use Australian barley. And
And his idea, well, he came up with the idea for Flipside. So then he would name their version Side Flip.
That's
which
it.
I don't really get, but, I'll let it go.
Opposite sides of the planet.
Yeah, I get that, but what's Side Flip got to do? I mean, Flipside, get that, but then Side Flip, it sounds like a skateboard trick.
I think when Craig came up with it, that they were
mice.
thinking of doing some side flips in the video that they're going to do for it. So, Craig, you're up.
I'm glad I had to hang upside down now, not do a cartwheel. Cartwheel while drinking a can of beer.
Well, there you go. Side Flip. No,
5.2%.
Flipside is available now in the tap room and online, and hopefully the plan is to ship over from some Side Flip
A keg.
when the time comes. We're looking at shipping him a keg of Flipside at the moment, but it is looking like it's going to be extremely expensive. But who knows? So enjoy.
Cheers. Nice one, guys.